This is your Trader. It is Thursday morning. So I want to take a look here at Bitcoin, at gold, silver, crude oil, and natural gas. Now remember, the EIA report for natural gas will be out today at 10:30. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell, any stock, market, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have Bitcoin daily and weekly chart. Now, before we get started here, I won't have a midday trading video for you today. For the simple reason is they are shutting the power down where I live until about 2 o'clock, from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock. We're going to run this fiber optics kind of a whole situation. So I'm going to see how that's all going to shake out. Might be another opportunity for Um, for down the road kind of a situation. So I won't have anything, but I'll have an end of the day kind of video there for you. Okay. All right. Here we have Bitcoin. Now, here we have a daily and new weekly. Now you can see here how we had this really nice low here of 108,555. So we held this key bottom level here, 107,790. That's what we're looking for. And then see, this was Friday. We put that indecision candle in, but it was an inside day. And then we had a nice good rally into the 50-day. And then we've had a little pullback, but you notice how it closed right back up against that 50-day. And then yesterday, pow, right above here. This is what we're looking for, is that 118,295. And where we closed yesterday at 118,445, right above it. Very, very nice. Now you can see here how we have this price channel. See how that's curving back up here now? Very, very nice. So what we're looking for on the high side here is 120, 335 level. Okay, so we passed this level here at 119. This is your next level, 127.55. Okay, that's going to be your next resistance. Then we'll come up here. Your next level is going to be 121.255. Then we have 122.955. And then this is going to be a key one here, 123.615. And then we have just above it at 123.755. But this is your big target, 125.200 level. Okay. So when we had this sell down, let me just big this up for you. Okay. Okay. We were holding that 50-day like birds on a wire. Look how many days that we held it. Very, very nice. And this was the tell. See how we put this lower high end and that lower low, and it closed between the 8 and the 50-day. That was the tell right there. Now this is when we had that sell off. Now, last Monday, we had that sale of like $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And then we had $22 billion worth of options going on. And it sold right on down. Okay, all the way here. Then we had like a bear flag situation. And then boom, all the way down she went. Okay. Now, I always say look for opportunity. So when we had this on a Friday situation, we did not attack that low. So that's what we were watching on. And then you can see on the next day, it popped up above. Okay. We actually left a gap. Okay, and then look at the nice rally that we have, and look at this price channel now. Now we're just curving to the upside, and this could go run away up here and test that 125.200. So anytime you have these sells, don't ever get excited. Just look for opportunity. That's the key. Okay. Now on the downside, we're obviously watching yesterday's high, 119, 145, and then we'll be looking just the reverse of what we've been doing is 118,295. That's going to be your support level. 117,685 here will come down there, 117, 240 level situation. Then we'll be looking here for the top of this candle at 115,765, and then your big stuff here, right here, your big support level, 115,182. Okay. Then we have this 21-day, 114,359, and then your 8-day at 114,208. Now you can see how the 8-day crossed over the 21-day. Okay, never got to pass that 50-day, and then it rolled right on up. So that was a nice, good tell. Okay, I don't want if it's going to come right on down. Number one was this, when we made that lower high and a lower low, and that 8-day did not cross that 50-day, just went right up to it and wound right back up. So always look for tails, anything that you can do to give you any kind of an edge. Now, you look at this RSI, you're only at 59. That's got plenty of room to run. The green is over your red, showing very, very good momentum to the upside. So right now, I'm looking for a continuation of the higher. I'm long the BITX, and it's working out, very, very nicely here. Okay, so again, today what you want to do is watch that 120.35, but this is the level that we're going to be looking at next, is that 127.55 level, and then right there, that's going to be next, 121.255. Then I say we just look for all these big targets, but I think this bad boy here, we crack that, you're going to go 130, 135 level. Now, okay, you have 125, 200. If it does get to that level, okay, not saying that it is. It might just get down to this level. It might get down to this level. But if it does get here, we have to see what the reaction is. Does it blast through, or does it hit it and then come right on back? But see, we had this double top situation, okay? So when you double top like that, okay, and you crack that, you go above that, that rips. okay? Because like they talk about like these triple tops and all that kind of stuff. Yes, but look, this is the same kind of a scenario, okay? So it rallied right on up here. We retested it, and then when she broke out, look where that thing went. See, it just popped right on up. So that's what we're going to be looking for, is crack that double top situation to take it higher. Now, here we look here on the weekly chart. This is what we're looking at. Now, Friday, last week, I should say, it closed below that 21 day. Okay, so it's looking pretty ugly. But we got that low of that 108.555, but this is what we're looking for, that 107.790. And you notice that we're holding this support level here coming across very, very nicely, okay? Because you can even take it down to this candle and come on all the way across right there. See that? Okay, so always look to the left of the chart. So we're holding that nicely. And then this week here, so far, just popped right up. Now you're above that 21 day, above that 8 day. Notice that 8 day never crossed over that 21 day, because if it does, then this is the result that you get. Okay, so now it looks like it wants to flatten out. Let me just pick that up a little bit for you. Yeah, see, now it looks like it wants to flatten out. And we have this nice big green candle here for the day. So all we're really worried about on tomorrow, my Friday, is holding that 114 level and holding that 112 level on the weekly chart. So that 8 day does not cross over that 21 day, and then we don't get that result. Okay, so this is looking very, very good. Now 61, plenty of room to run. The green is below your red, but now you can see how she's flattening out on the sideways action. And this is a very, very bullish chart. Look at it, bottom left, upper right. Look how nice this chart is just flowing. You could have came down to the 50 day, and she's still flowing, Gardo. She's still flowing. All right, let's take a look here at gold and silver. All right, here we have the gold and silver, really, really good runs. Now, if you look at this MACD, okay, the green is over your red, looking very, very good. It could go there for a long time. This here is that nosebleed section here with that 80, okay? Now, yesterday we put there, we're looking for that 39 flat and then that 39.20 level. Okay, so we got 39.22 came in very, very close. So a lot of times when you have these big numbers like that, you always look for the even numbers, 39.50, 3900. But then you always have to add that 20 after it, because it's just like what this candle is here. Okay, 38.24. We're looking for 38, then 38.20. I said, go look for 38.20. Well, you overshot it by 4. Okay, over here, you overshot it by 2. Kind of situation, because when it rallies up that high, that steam just takes it right on higher. Now, so far today, we have a high of 39.08 level. Okay, so we're looking to maintain that 39 flat. Okay, and then we're looking for that retest of 39.22. Now, you crack that 39.22, you're going to go 39.50, and then we're going to head right for that 4,000, maybe even overshoot it by 4,020. Looks like that's where they want to push this. Okay. Now, on the downside here, you want to watch, obviously, yesterday's low, 38.80. That's going to be very, very key. And when we come to the top of this candle here, you're looking at 38.63 level. And then we want to look here right to that 38.35. That is your 8 day. Now, as long as that price is above that 8 day, this is sideways to up action. You can see this, how we just cracked right up here, little consolidation, cracked right up, consolidation, and then cracked right up again, consolidation, and then we cracked right on up. But just remember, when you start getting outside that price channel, it wants to come in towards that 8 day, okay? See, out there, and then right towards that 8 day. When it gets outside there, then it wants to come back in. But as long as we hold that 8 day, we're good. Now, if we start losing that 8 day, well, then here's your next big target, is that 37.44, and then we'll come right down to the bottom of the candle at 36.60. Now, here we look at silver. Silver, another one, a really, really good run, okay? Now, we're looking for 48 flat. We came in at 47.97, and then we could overshoot. Now, this isn't as volatile. This isn't crazy, because you're only looking at 47 versus this 3,900 level, okay? So you always add a little 20 onto that. Above the flat number. This here, not so much. But right now, you're looking at that 47.97 here on the high side, okay? Now, if we crack that up, then obviously you can go 49, and then I think you're going to push it to a 50 flat. Okay, I think this looked at, they're looking to get 50 on there, and I think they're looking to get 4,000 on the gold, kind of a situation. Now, we have the sideways kind of an action. We got outside the price channel, and so that's what we're looking for, 47.97, and then we can work yourself all the way up to 50. Now, bottom line here, and you want to look at today's low, 47.03. We come over here at 46.91. 81, and then this is what you're looking at, is this 46.13 level. This is going to be very, very critical. You will need to hold that on a closing basis. Again, if we can hold that, then we can have a sideways to up action kind of situation. Now we come down to the bottom of this candle, 45.96. We'll come up there at 45.50. Then we have right there, you have 44.77 level. We'll come to the bottom of that candle, 44.06. and then right there at that 43.78 is going to be your target. Now we're at 80. Okay, very, very strong. Don't get me wrong, very, very strong, but also that nosebleed area here. So a lot of times it doesn't really want to hold. It wants to be like when I have a situation like this and then come right back. So just be a little bit careful up here. The green is over your red, but you have a really, really good run. As long as you're above that 8-day, sideways to up action. Okay, let's take a look here at crude and natural gas. Okay, here first of all, we have crude oil, daily chart and your weekly chart. Okay. So what we're really watching is yesterday we looking at here is we're looking at that 61.40 level. Okay, that is going to be the absolute key is what you're looking at. Okay, so we had 61.45. Okay, now we can see here how we're coming right on down. Yesterday's low was 60.40, and then we made a little bit lower today at 61.22 level. Okay, so what we want to do is just look right to the left of the chart here. Your next level of support is going to be 61.06. And then we come down here at 60.55. We'll come down there at 60.02. And then here's the one you're looking for is that 59.74 level. Okay, just bring that price channel right up. That's really what your target is if we lose this on a closing basis, this level right here, that's 61.40 now. Not 45, 61.40. Okay, if we lose that, we bring this price channel right across here. This is what you're looking at is 57.74. And then we have 57.03. 56.39, 55.30, and then 55.12. But what I want to show you on a weekly situation here is if we kind of lose that right there. See that? There's that 59.74 level. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for next, right there. See that 59.74? Here it is on the price channel, 59.74. If we lose that, then we can come right down here to that 55.12 level. But what I want to show you is if you keep on selling, we have a target all the way down here. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, we have a target all the way down here. Not saying it's going to get there, but you can come all the way down here to this 33.64 level. Okay, so again, just be very, very careful here. Okay, on what we got going on. Okay, so we start getting into these areas. Okay, you got that 57 area. Then we look on top of that candle. You got that 53.93 area. Okay, but you can venture all the way down. This is what I want to show you here on the weekly chart, that you do have support all the way down here in the 33s level. Now, realistically, I think she's going to come down and you'll be in the 50s. And I'm really looking at this level right here, this 59.74, possibly down here 57, and possible retest kind of a situation over time. Now, remember, OPEC is going to have their meeting. I believe it was over the weekend, and they're going to see exactly, if they're going to be adding some more oil or what the whole situation and how they think that is all going to shake out here. But again, today, just watch that key level. That's going to be key. That's 61.40 level. But I want to show you that when you look at this weekly chart, just like we have a high of 130, we also have that low all the way down here at 130 retest. Okay. Now, upside, say it holds it. It's been holding this here, this level, pretty good. Okay. Pretty nice. Now, what we want to do is you have to just look at your big targets. Upside, 63.18. Okay. Your 8-day, 63.48. Your 50-day, 61.40. And then we have your 100 SMA here at 64.83. That is your upside resistance. If you can get above that, we can come up to that 66.71 level. But right now, you have a descending chart going on here. Okay, see this? High, lower high situation. Okay, this here, double top. See that double top right there? Okay, did it make a little bit higher high? Yes, it did, but you notice that it couldn't hold it. See that double top situation? Always watch that in case she just comes right on out. Same way what we had here. This was that war premium between Israel and Iran. Okay, we had that nice inverse head and shoulders. So you go on that 200-day, and then here's that war premium. We had that double top situation, and then all the way on down, and it's been going down ever since, kind of a situation. So for today, just watch that 61.40. If we lose it, this is going to be your big target right there at that 59.74 level. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. All right, here we have natural gas daily chart all stretched out nice. Okay, so you can see here we're still in the downtrending situation. Okay, see how we broke above that downtrending situation? We have a high, lower high, and now we're up in the upswing. However, okay, when we're trading this, okay, so downside here, we have to look at the top of that candle. Okay, 3.13. All you have to do is look to the left of the chart. You had 3.13. Okay, so you had that double top situation there. Next day, it rallied up, went all the way up to 3.16. Now, all you have to do is look to the left of the chart. What do you see? 3.16. See this double top? That one took, and then all the way on down. Now, we came all the way down here and 277. Very, very nice. What do we have here? When we were way up here, I said, if this does sell down, watch this gap and watch that fill. Doesn't have to always go into the fill. It held at 277. Look how nice that is. See? 277, 277. Double bottom situation. Nice. Now, if it kept on going, then we would have went into the fill at 274, possibly here at 268, and then 265, and then 262. But that's not what happened. It held that gap. Okay? That's the key. Then rallied up. Okay? Then we have this contract roll situation. Now, usually it comes down and it wants to fill that gap, but this is not what it did. Rallied up, got above the 100-day. Now it just rallied up. And where did it go yesterday? Right into that 200-day and just smack right into it. Okay? 348. Look at that. Look how nice that is. That's why you trade the charts. Right in. Okay, so we're outside that price channel. See that outside that price channel? Then it wants to come on in. Now, a lot of times when you hit a 200-day simple moving average, that's very, very strong resistance. So a lot of times it's not going to blow through the first time. Okay, a lot of times it takes it's like when you're a kid, you're trying to tip over a Coke machine. You got to rock that bad boy a couple times before you tip it over. It's not going to just fall over the first time. And that's as strong as how the 200-day is. Okay, so just use that example. And that's what you'll see. All right, that brings back memories. Anyway, okay, so then we have this RSI. It never got to an overbought condition at 70, and it just leveled right off. The green is still over your red. So what we have to do here today, we made this high a 3.45. Yesterday we made this high a 3.49. So far we have that inside day. So we got to see if this is going to go a sideways action. Let this 8-day catch up. Okay, once that 8-day catches up, that would provide very, very good support, just like it did provide here is very, very big resistance. Okay, and then very, very big support. So that's the key is if it can hold this level, very, very good. That's why I took some of that UNG off yesterday, because you went right into the 200-day. Okay, there's that Coke machine all over again. Okay, so for today, we're watching that 200-day. Okay, that's what we're going to be watching is right there on the closing basis, 3.48. Now, if we get above that 3.48 level, okay, and then what we do, we have a lot of good targets right up here. Okay, so what we have here, you got 3.54. Okay, we come up there, you got 3.59. And then we have the top here. Just bring this price channel right across. This is going to be your big target at 3.62. Okay. Now we get above that, and we're going to bring this price channel across, and we're going to come right up there at 3.75. Okay. Just that simple. So that's what we want to do. But remember, one level at a time. Price channel level, another price channel level. Okay. Then we can always go to the left of the chart here. Okay. See how nice that is? And then we just follow this all the way up until we get a retest up there at 414. Now, if we have a very, very cold winter, like they're saying, you could come all the way up to this target up here, all the way at that 490 level. Okay, but again, one level at a time. The key right now is just on the upside, just watch right there. Okay, roughly 3.49. That's what you're watching. That's where it has to crack above. Okay, now downside, because you always got to look at that downside. We want to watch today's low. Okay, so you're looking at 3.40. Then we'll come over top of this candle here, 3.35. And then we'll look at yesterday's low at 3.13. And then we'll be looking here for that 100 SMA here at that 3.25 level. Now, we lose that. We have that 3.17, that 8-day rate below it. Okay, so give this a little patience. But we had a very, very nice run here, all the way from 277 all the way to 349. Okay, so very, very good run. But just watch that 200-day, because that's that brick wall, that Coke machine. Okay, it's going to take a little while for it to crack on up. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here later today because, again, I won't have a midday trading video for you because they're going to shut the power off where I am, and they are running this fiber optics. Okay, so we got to see how that all shakes out, but it might be another alternative to internet. We got to see how that's all going to shake out here, but I won't have no power till 2 o'clock. So trade what's in front of you, not what you want.